Hey guys, in this video we're going to be solving radical equations. So, two things you need to remember. First thing, remember that exponents cancel radicals. And second thing you need to remember are you must always substitute and check your solutions. Actually, let's not call them solutions. Your answers with the original equation. So, we're going to do an example together. Square root of x minus 2 and then plus 3 on the outside equals 5. So, solve this the way you would, you normally do. So we're going to move everything over, so subtract 3. So get the square root, that's kind of too close to black. The square root of x minus 2 equals 5 minus 3 is 2. And then we need to square both sides to get rid of that radical. We're left with x minus 2 equals 2 times 2 is 4. And finally, add 2 to both sides, so x equals 6, or does it? So you need to check. Always. So, check by substituting into the original. So, square root of 6 minus 2, and then plus 3 equals 5. So, 6 minus 2 is 4. Square root of 4 is 2. And 2 plus 3 is 5, so this is true. So yes, x equals 6 is our answer. So, I want you to work with your groups on this U try. I'm going to give you 2 of them. Be careful and work together. So, A, cubed root of x minus 1 equals 2. And I have to scroll down a little. B, x equals the square root of 7x plus 8. So let's pause the video and work with your groups. Alright, so hopefully you finished. And for A, you cube both sides. Get x minus 1 equals 8, so x potentially equals 9. And by confirming with a check, you conclude that, yeah, x does equal 9, it works. Now for B, I could see you guys may be struggling if you forgot that you need to factor. But you get a quadratic, so you need to factor, and you get 2 answers, 8 and negative 1. And so you need to check to see, oops, is that a solution? And then with a check, when you substitute in 8, you do get 8 equals 8. But when you substitute in negative 1, you get negative 1 equals 1, and that is not true. So, if an answer doesn't work, it is called, we talked about this before actually, wonder if any of you remember, it is called an extraneous solution. Alright, so that's why you have to check, because sometimes you're going to get extraneous solutions and you need to know which is legit and which is not. And yes, you have to show your work. So let's do another example together. And then you'll do one more you try. So x plus 2 equals the square root of x plus 2. So, first things first, square both sides. Don't forget to double distribute. Don't try to do weird, not legit math things. So just double distributing, we get x squared, and then 2x and 2x will give us 4x, and 2 times 2 will give us 4. And then I'm going to move everything to one side. 4 minus 1 is going to be 3. And 4 minus 2 is going to be 2. And what multiplies to 2 and adds to 3? It's going to be 2 and 1. So now we can use the zero product property. So x plus 2 equals 0. So x equals negative 2. And x plus 1 equals 0. So x equals negative 1. Or does it? So you have to check in the original equation. So let's check negative 2 first. So that's going to be negative 2 plus 2 equals the square root of negative 2 plus 2. And negative 2 plus 2 is 0. And negative 2 plus 2 is 0. And the square root of 0 is 0. So yeah, x does equal negative 2. And let's check negative 1. Negative 1 plus 2. Does that equal negative 1 plus 2? Or the square root of it, excuse me. So negative 1 plus 2 is 1. And then you get the square root of 1. So yeah, 1 does equal 1. So both of these are legit solutions. So why don't you guys do one more you try with your groups showing all your work. And we will check in a minute. So square root of 3x minus 2, I feel like I made that a little long, equals x minus 4. So pause the video and try to do this with your group mates. Alright, so hopefully you and your group mates squared both sides, double distributed correctly, getting x squared minus 8x plus 16, moved everything to one side, getting x squared minus 11x plus 18, factored correctly what multiplies to 18 and adds to negative 11, negative 9 and negative 2. So your solutions after the zero product property are your answers are 9 and 2. But after a check, you'll confirm 9 is a solution. However, 2 is extraneous. And that is it.